Hi everyone, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with the 5 things that you need to know about Saturn going direct on Thursday, September 6th. And as an added bonus, I'm going to pull cards for every astrological sign to see what this energy is going to be bringing us. So we're coming out of the muck of all of those planets that were retrograde for so long, and finally we're starting to get some relief. So the number one thing that you should know about Saturn is that it rules Capricorn. So if you are a Capricorn, if you know any Capricorns, or you know the energy of a Capricorn, it's very serious. Saturn is about authority. It's about rules and regulations. It is about karma and time. It's also about governments and institutions, banks, hospitals, and the like. So when you think of Saturn, you think about all of these things. While it has been in retrograde motion for the last 6 months, we've had to really take a look at our lessons, take a look at our karma, take a look at how things have played out over time, and hopefully you have cleared that karma, you have learned these lessons, and you're ready to move on. The number 2 thing about Saturn, which kind of gets all of us in an uproar and astrologers love to talk about, are Saturn returns in our natal chart. So about every 28 years, Saturn will return to the place exactly in your natal chart or the time of your birth. What does that mean? When we're about 28, 56, and 84, Saturn makes a return into our chart. It could be a very difficult time, especially when you're younger. That age between 27 and 30, a lot of people have nervous or mental breakdowns during this time. Life is up in the air. Life is unknown. We're shedding that childlike skin, and we're having to step into the shoes of an adult and take life seriously, sometimes for the very first time. And it's very hard. Now, when we hit mid-age, a lot of times it could be a midlife crisis, but if you're wise and you know how Saturn acts and behaves, you would have cleared out all of that karma by the time you hit that 56 to 60-year-old age, and you could be smooth sailing. It's just the opening of a new chapter, almost like a brand new life. And then when you hit that third stage, around age 84 to 90, it's the ending of our life. And we could also have a breakdown about that because we look at our mortality and we wonder, how much longer are we here on earth? They say they are the golden years. Hopefully you've gained enough wisdom by the time you hit that place that you can just slowly relax and lean back into those ending stages of your life. Saturn rules the darkest months of the year for most of us in the northern hemisphere. This is number 3. And so a lot of us can go into a depression because it is very serious energy, this planet. And it's, the darkness before the spring, before the dawn. That is that heavy energy that Saturn can sometimes bring. It's the energy of the father and those restrictions that are upon us, having to follow those rules and those regulations, having to have things in order and to answer to someone else. That is your number 3 thing that you need to know about Saturn. Number 4, and I'm going to talk about Saturn going direct. The wonderful thing about Saturn going direct this coming week is that we're going to have a sense of freedom, a sense of lightness. Things are going to be opening up for us. New possibilities are coming. And I would expect that you're going to start to feel so much more energetic. now that so many other planets are finally going direct as well. I feel that September through December of 2018 is just going to be a myriad of new beginnings for so many of us. If you made the necessary changes over the last 6 months, you cleaned out some of your karmic closets, and you learned those lessons that Saturn retrograde was having us look at. And the fifth thing that I think that you should all know about Saturn moving direct this week, it will go direct in Capricorn, its natal planet. And so I think that's a really great sign for new ventures, new businesses, the jumping off of some cliff into the unknown, so to speak. And that came up in a reading I did today. It is the initiation, the beginning of something. And also with the sun being in Virgo, it's about getting things organized now and getting ready for these new beginnings. I say that we're going to be stepping into brand new territory, a lot of us. We're going to be taking on ventures that we have never done before. And I say it's all systems go. Now stay tuned for the cards that I picked for every single sign so that you know what you need to focus on once Saturn goes direct. Welcome back. We're here from Expressions of the Universe with the Saturn direct energy for each sign. I pulled cards for everybody. Let's just get down to it and see what Saturn direct could bring for all of you. Aries, I pulled the Vision Quest card. And this is showing me fears and facing your fears, entering a new chapter of your life, embracing mortality, embracing the changes, and looking for a brand new perspective in your life. That is what you, Aries, will be looking for. And this is for Aries sun sign, Aries rising sign. All of you pay attention to the sun sign and the rising sign, and maybe even the moon sign, since the moon does shine light on Saturn. The one thing I want to point out, look at this dancer. She kind of reminds me of Dave Matthews Band, that little tiny dancer that is their symbol that I see on the backs of so many people's cars. So embracing new life, Aries. That is what this Saturn direct is going to bring for you. Now, Taurus, we got to have a talk. I know a lot of Tauruses. And it was interesting that the Sorcerer card came up. This is telling me that there could still be quite a bit of dark, self-destructive energies around you, Taurus. And so, we have a few days before Saturn goes direct on the 6th. Take this time to go within and look at these self-centered, destructive, dark energies that could be holding you back. You really need to learn those lessons right now. You really need to make some big, huge changes. If you want your life to be joyful and happy and playful, you need to clear all of that shit out. And the Virgo sun is a perfect time to be doing this. You know what? Sorry to say, and this goes for a lot of people that are carrying that dark, negative energy. People are sick of it. They just don't want to play into it anymore. We're opening up brand new doors across the collective right now. So if you're wanting to play the victim, if you're wanting to carry those lower negative vibrations, do yourself a favor, just like stay in your own little hole. Please get some help, maybe some professional help, because we don't have time for that anymore, okay? But Taurus, really, you need to take these next few days and try and clear that out and change your mindset to a brighter new future. Geminis, and this really holds true for me. The card that was chosen is completion. This is about things coming full circle. This is about cycles in life. I did record a video about cycles and phases and seasons of life. And, you know, this really rings true for me and the last few months. But this is about endings and now new beginnings. So we're wrapping up all of those endings, and once Saturn hits direct, it's about all new beginnings. So get ready, Geminis. This is the launching point for brand new things coming your way from September to December and moving forward. Cancers and Cancer risings. The card that was chosen is the Witness. And this is about being in the position of the observer and sitting in stillness. There is no need for you to actually launch into anything just yet. You'll have to follow your gut and know when the perfect timing is. But this is about Cancers getting ready for these new beginnings, but just sitting back for a little bit and checking out, making sure, seeing what everybody else is doing before you make your move. You don't want to, be the first one at the party. Just sit back and wait a little bit and just see what the rest of the collective is doing, because things could still be a little bit crazy in the outer world before everybody kind of gets their bearings. So when Saturn goes direct next week, you're just going to want to wait it out a little bit and see how the energy plays out. I know it's been a very wonky summer for a lot of us, and you can wait just a few more days. Okay, so Leos, this is very interesting. The card that was pulled for Leos is soul retrieval. And what this energy is about, this is about finding the lost parts of yourself. A lot of childhood wounds I'm picking up. You want to use these last few days of Saturn retrograde to kind of locate these lost parts of yourself. Find where you've abandoned yourself, where you've left pieces of yourself, and kind of pull these back in. Leos, if you have been playing the victim or using excuses for any kind of parts in your life, this is the time that this has to stop. You need to rein it all back in so that you can launch forward into a brand new you with a new perspective, full of joy and full of happiness. I think there was one other thing. Oh, this is also bringing these pieces back into yourself, bringing yourself back to yourself, Leo. Finding who you truly are, standing in integrity and in authenticity. Virgo. The card that I selected for Virgos is the Staff. This is about standing in the middle ground. You are between two places right now, and you're standing at the fork of a road, and it's time for you to select a path. Which direction are you going in? And my guides are telling me to tell Virgos, you must trust your gut. You're being given a brand new opportunity. The sun is in Virgo. We're having a new moon in Virgo next week. This is all about the Virgos right now. This is a time for you to make a choice as to how you want your life, what your wishes and your desires are. And you're standing at the precipice of something brand new. You just have to choose which path it's going to be. Libras. The card that I drew for you is the Sacrifice. At first, you may think, oh my goodness, the Sacrifice? Hold up. This is about making something sacred, making this time sacred, making this time extremely special to you. Being extremely grateful for the things that are being offered to you, as it's all brand new. Something is being offered to you, something from the universe. It's like a sacrificial offering, so to speak. So stand in absolute gratitude for any opportunities and offerings that are coming your way. You may just want to, take a deep breath and, contemplate all of these different wonderful things that are coming your way, and then grab it and be extremely grateful for whatever is being brought to you at this time. Scorpios, the card that I chose for you is Stand Still. And what this is saying to me is, unfortunately, you have to take a pause. You need to take a break. I think a lot of Scorpios were trying to push through all of that retrograde energy of Mercury and Mars and Saturn, in addition to the Pluto retrograde energy. It could have been an extremely overwhelming summer. It could have been an extremely overwhelming 2018. When Saturn goes direct, take a deep breath and exhale, and just take a little bit of a pause. You want to also stand in a place of the observer. Stand back and take a look at everything that's going on around you before you jump into anything new, Scorpio. Sagittarius, we have the Time Master, and I find this completely interesting. First of all, the Time Master tells us that time is an illusion. It is not linear. It is circular. It's secular. And what I also find interesting, Sagittarius, is that Jupiter is getting ready to move into Sagittarius for about the next year to year and a half. And I think that that's going to be an absolute launching pad for many, many Sagittarians and those that have Jupiter in Sagittarius. I feel that the collective, the younger collective, is coming up to a time where it's time for them to step in to the role of the light worker, the light walker, the healers, the new generation. That's what this Time Master is all about. And I really feel that that Sagittarius energy is just going to ignite all of that on fire. So you just watch out, Sagittarians. You've got a lot coming ahead for you. Capricorns. The card that I drew for you is Wind. This is telling me that there is a change in the air. You could be possibly having a change of mind once Saturn goes direct next Thursday. This is about a new attitude. The winds of change could be positive or negative. It's really up to you how you want to play out this Saturn direct. Remember, Saturn rules Capricorn. So it really is all about you. And it is going direct in Capricorn. This is going to be a great time for you to change your mind about things, change your attitude about things, move forward, get things done, and start something brand new. But it is all up to you on what you decide of how you want it. Aquarius. So the card that I drew for you is Lower World. And what this is telling me is there are hidden treasures buried within inside of you, some that you may have actually even forgotten about, that now it's time for you to discover and find these hidden treasures within you once again. This is about lessons learned, and you don't need to go and do them again. This is about stepping into a new form of humanity and finding those hidden gems within yourself. They could be hidden ideas or hidden parts of yourself and your psyche that you may have buried down deep inside of yourself. It's time to unfurl and unleash every part about you, Aquarius. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new horizon. And I would say that anything that hasn't been working for you for the last 6 months or so, it's got to go. You need to unwrap this new person that has been hiding and waiting deep down inside of you. All right, Pisces, the final card that I chose is Taming the Wind. And what this is saying to me for Pisces, this really is a time of cleansing, of smudging, of clearing away everything that no longer serves. Very, very karmic. You should have gotten lessons by now, Pisces, and I hope that you did. This is also about making a sacred commitment to yourself and changing what it is that you don't like about your current outward world, your inner world, anything that you're not liking about you. Take that wind, allow that wind to come through and clear and cleanse you and make those necessary changes that will pay off in the very near future. So that's all I have for all of you about the Saturn retrograde, the Saturn direct, your cards for each sign. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope these play out, and I hope that you take the advice, because this was channeled directly from my guides to all of you. Thank you for watching. Please, peace and blessings, and happy Saturn direct. Namaste.